Name is Maria Paula and today I will talk about Brazil. For my Brazilian, it is a beautiful country. I have not really had the opportunity to meet it, but I know I will go soon. Brazil, it is a sovereign country of South America, comprising the eastern half of the subcontinent and some groups of small islands in the Atlantic Ocean. Most of the country is between the tropics, so climate station do not feel radical in much of it. Brazil's climate has a wide variety of climatic conditions in a large region with a varied topography, although it can be considered that most of the country has a tropical climate. According to the system, Brazil has six main climate subtypes: equatorial, tropical, semi-arid, tropical altitude, temperate, and subtropical. Different climatic conditions produce environments ranging from tropical forests in the north and semi-arid regions of the northeast to temperate coniferous forests in the south and tropical savannas in the center. Many other regions have totally different microclimates. The tourism in Brazil is an important activity in several regions of the country. Among the most important tourist cities in Brazil are Cristo de Redeemer, Cerro del Corvocado, is one of the main symbols of the city of Rio de Janeiro and owes its name to its particular form. At the top of the hill, 710 meters above sea level, is the icon of Brazil, the Cristo de Redeemer. The Cristo de Redeemer statue was inaugurated in 1931 and measures approximately 30 meters high. The best way to climb the hill to visit the Christ is on the historic tram, whose journey of approximately 10 minutes and is made through the forest until you reach the station. Iguazu Falls. Falls to Iguazu is just a few kilometers from one of the best shows in the world, Iguazu Falls. They are located within the forest reserve of the Iguazu National Park, considered one of the natural wonders of our planet. Daily they are visited by tourists from all over the world who are amazed by so much beauty. The park has viewpoints and walkways for walking tours, and there are sailboat and helicopter tours to be able to observe them in all their splendor. The park offers visitors several souvenir shops as well as bars and restaurants. In Foz de Iguazu, there are regular bus lines that lead to the entrance to the falls, and it is also very common to get around in taxis. Copacabana is an extensive suburb of the city of Rio that has 4 kilometers of incredible white sand beaches and transparent waters. Its beaches are very famous among tourists and residents, and not only to enjoy a day of sea and sun, but also to practice water and beach sports such as football, volleyball, and even some bike ride. The main promenade is along the famous sidewalk, decorated with drawings in the form of waves, and where hundreds of tourists and residents walk or run daily in addition to sitting in some of its main kiosks to drink coconut water or some other traditional drink in the area. Flora, fauna, and environment. Brazil's vast territorial expanse comprise different ecosystems, such as the Amazon, recognized for hosting the largest biological diversity in the world, the Atlantic forest, and the Cerrado, which also underpin a great biodiversity for which Brazil is classified as a mega-diverse country. Brazil's natural heritage is seriously threatened by livestock, agriculture, forestry, mining, resettlement, oil and natural gas extraction, overfishing, trade, wild species, dams and infrastructure, pollution of water, climate change, fire, and invasive species. The macaw is an emblematic animal of Brazil, country with one of the most diverse bird and amphibian population in the world. The red thrush it is considered a national bird of Brazil. The Amazon is the richest and most biodiverse rainforest of the planet. Portuguese is the official language of Brazil and it is the only language widely used in education, newspapers, radio, and TV. It is also used for administration and commerce. Brazil is the only Portuguese speaking country in America, giving its culture a distinctive air over its Spanish speaking neighbors. Brazilian accents. Caipira, cearense, baiano, carioca, fluminense, gaucho, mineiro, nordestino, nortista, paulistano, sertanejo, and sulista. Brazilian cuisine. The gastronomy of Brazil has the influence of European, African, and indigenous cuisine. The national dish of Brazilian cuisine is feijoada. Other typical dishes are moqueca and churrasco. They are usually accompanied by rice. Traditional desserts are brigadeiros, cocada, beijões, and goiabada. The national drink is caipirinha, made from cachaca, brandy, and wine and beer are popular. And drinks take in Brazil fruit juice, some teas with crushed ice and coffee. Brazilians cuisine use ingredients such as cassava, jams, and fruits such as cupua, mango, papaya, guava, orange, and pineapple. In Brazilian business culture, relationships are highly valued at a personal level. You will realize when working with Brazilians that it is very common to mix social and professional life. It's good that you should learn some props is Portuguese. Your effort will be appraised regardless of whether they understand you or not. Greeting. Normally, a good handshake is the best way to greet men. In the case women, you can give a kiss on each cheek. Although some businesswomen can extend their hand to their male interlocutors, Brazilians are open people who like to establish social ties and enjoy pleasant meetings. Business breakfasts or lunches can be extended for a long time. They are faithful to its gastronomic culture, coffee is not lacking its business meeting. Brazil business culture has a substantial component in social relations. If you want to succeed in a negotiation with Brazilian entrepreneurs, you should always inspire confidence and transparency. Working with reliable people is so important that, in fact, companies are made up of members of the same family. Before concluding any business, Brazilians must know the person and engage in a direct dialogue. For that reason, you must establish a telephone contact prior to the meeting. Negotiation process tend to be slower than in other countries due to this need to strengthen confidence before making any agreement. Brazilian companies have a very defined hierarchical structure. The final decision of any commercial process is taken by a person with a higher position in the company. The business sector cares about fashion and good looks. It is essential to dress in a serious and conservative way for all types of meetings. Business cards are exchanged to everyone present at a meeting, therefore, you should always carry a note. They must be printed in English, one on the one hand with the name you prefer underlined and the Portuguese on the back. Things to avoid on a business trip. You shouldn't ridicule a coworker in front of the group. You shouldn't very closer to the next one as leaving a meeting quickly can be annoying and inconvenient to negotiate. Thank you for everything. For me, it was a pleasure to talk about this beautiful country and share everything about it. Bye.